into it, bro. I haven't really decided like what I want to do personnel wise, because again, we're waiting on the 53-man update. Kind of just fucking around with different stuff every day, always trying to improve and get better. Just kind of see what options we got. Welcome to this train, guys. Alright, so there's not really any packages we can really, you know, gonna be game changer. The plays that we're gonna have in our audibles are gonna be Y stick, inside zone split, PA boot slide, and counter Y. Okay, so with that in place, we're gonna be using dragon spacing, halfback slip screen, pretty much as our base plays. Okay, it does have one of the better jet sweeps in the game, but you don't want to be so repetitive with it. If you do run it, it needs to be to the field side. You don't want to run it to the short side, or your check down route will always be out of bounds. So just keep that in mind. I used to run the PA jet sweeps and zone jet sweeps as my audible scenarios, but I think you're going to get more production out of the new audibles that I'm using. So I'm going to kind of go over this a little bit, and let's see what we do. We're going to just start with like a stock of what people are using. Let's say we'll do the cover 3 sky from the big nickel over G. And what I want to kind of do here is, with these motions, you can kind of create a lot of havoc. I got some experimental motions I need to do too, so just bear with me. I like how you can move the tight end over here. That's a nice motion, but we're not going to use that right now. The only motion right now for this that we want to take your halfback, run the swing route. You want to take Gafford and run a streak. Now if you're running a lot of jet sweeps, you're going to get people to bite on this. Okay, so when you motion them over, you're going to hike it right there, and he's going to cut up the field. Okay, a lot of people, you know, if they're user in it and they're thinking you're running jet sweep, they're going to bite down. Their safety's going to be out of position. Okay, so don't worry about what's happening in practice mode. Just kind of trying to just go through the little quick scenarios or whatnot. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to get him right. As soon as he crosses back, you just low ball it. Okay, it's going to work against a lot of the cover 3s. If you face someone that runs a lot of cover 3s, it's going to be your setup. Okay, so do it again. Just run the streak. Now if they decide to cover this, and if you're beating them with it too much, always hike it as soon as he crosses over, and then just low ball it right there, like that. Do one more time. Put him in a streak. Take him and put him in a swing route, and motion hike as soon as he's behind your Z receiver, and then just low ball it. Unfortunately that one got picked, but hey, it happens. Alright, so the next one that we're going to go over is utilizing this passing scheme with the audibles that we have in place. Okay, we're going to use the inside zone split as our run check down, the counter run, PA boot slide, in our newest edition, which is the stick route. Okay, so we can use a lot of these concepts that we were doing. We can still do the swing route, and we can still take Gafford and send him deep, and then we can take Williams and send him across the middle. So we can still keep the same concept with the motion, getting him out of position, and then get him. Oh man, I hit the wrong receiver, but still, you know, got an open guy. So you can use a lot of these concepts, and you kind of just keep them guessing. Now, if we decide to use the play action or the jet sweep as our base, we can definitely, you know, keep your opponent guessing. And that's the theme a lot with my offense, is show a lot of the familiar or similar looks at the point of a attack on the snap, but do different things, you know, once the ball, you know, has to go downfield or whatnot. So let's kind of just show, like with the jet sweeps, you know, it's gonna just, he's gonna be motion, fastest receiver to the outside. It's gonna be annoying. A lot of people get, you know, you gash them with the jet sweep enough, bro, they're gonna start bringing people down and trying to, you know, adjust to it. Okay, so as long as you're running that, and then you got the stick play, you run it just like this, he's gonna think you're running jet sweep, and then next thing you know, don't worry about that, it's fucking CPU, but you know, you play a user, it's gonna have different, you know, scenarios. Again, just go over it again, just jet sweep. Don't hit turbo until you get to the outside. Okay, if you hit turbo before, you're gonna create block sheds, and that's not what you want to do. Okay, so let's kind of do it. We can also do it with a counter run. Okay, now this is where, like, if you're playing a lot of people that use the man coverage, the counter run is just like a power run. Okay, so if they're running man coverage and he follows all the way across, and then you do it again, you're gonna have open space to run upfield. Now again, this is practice mode, they're gonna get through, but you know, I'm just giving you the idea, putting it in there. Sometimes with the counter run, you can actually run it flipped. A lot of the flipped counter runs are actually pretty good. If I run it flipped, sometimes I will hike the ball before Gafford or your slot, whoever you're using, goes all the way across, and he's going to have a better blocking stance. So like, let's say I hike it right there. He's going to get upfield a lot faster for your run game. So this is why I use the inside zone split counter out of this formation, as opposed to, you know, using it out of the other formations that I was using in my Audible scheme. Again, even with the zone split, so you can run it flipped, and you can take him and then hike it right there, and he'll get upfield, and you know, he has a better blocking point. So like, some of the things, and now Gafford, being that he's not very big, let's say you want to get a bigger guy in there for the blocking, you can come out and use your tight end packages. So like, let's say we want to emphasize the run game, we go tight end slot, and then just get a couple of these run plays in. Let's see, we got the jet sweep, and then you got your inside zone split. You can bring them over here, and they just gash them through the middle. Okay. Now, if you're running the counter, you're not going to want him to go all the way across, because you want to get that extra blocker, because he's a bigger guy. He's going to obviously dominate, you know, whoever he's matched up against. So again, motion and then hiking instantly, you're going to get solid blocks. I'm going to slow it down here for a sec. Someone's calling me. Give me 1 sec. Hello. What up? What happened? Alright, cool, I got it. I'll work on your video probably later today, okay? I'll have that up. Alright, I'll definitely do that for you. Alright, well, let me finish this this little scheme I'm working on, and then I'll try to go ahead and start working on that one for you. Okay? Yeah. All right. So back to it again. Run the counter. Now the beauty with this is you can also I'm gonna go more into the other motions that you can do, but for the most part I do like running the counter to the strong side. Look at all those blocks. Okay. Usually I'll run it. Usually I'll take the zone split and I'll run it flipped, and then I'll run the counter, and then I'll run that flipped. You know, it's just usually how I do it. I go zone, and then look at that. You're gonna gash them with this, okay? Now, all the while you're gashing them with this, now we got other things that we can work with here, okay? So like you can use these motion, like if you motion him and hike him, like the route by Waller, what's going to happen is he's going to pass block, but he's going to be a wider pass block. So if you're playing people that like to do like nickel blitzes and stuff, let me show you this real quick. Let me just give me a little route. Alright, so if I motion hike him and then instantly, call it, what is going to happen is he's not going to run his route, he's going to pass block. So let's just do it right here. Oh, never mind, I did a little. Hold up. Maybe I hiked it too soon. Let's try it again. You get the timing of it right, I guess. Right there. See, now he's going to just pass block your wide and help you on the blind side. But you don't, it'll help you, especially if people are sending outside blitzes. This would be a very useful technique. So let me kind of just go over this other one. The last one that I like to do is with the stick play is I like to take Ruggs, move him in, and then run a swing route over here. So I have a spacing switch concept that I've created from this doubles Y off close. Okay, alright, if my square triangle options aren't okay, and he usually can playmaker him up or whatever. Let's see. You're using a right hand quarterback, you want to run a flip if you're passing, unless you're doing the play action. But stick, I would probably run flip. Look at there. Oh. Alright, so that's pretty much going to be this. I'm not going to be too heavy on this. It's just a mini scheme, and I need to have shorter videos out there because I do a lot of live streams. Y'all are more than welcome to watch, as I play all my ranked games or whatnot. But I just wanted to make sure that y'all have, good ideas. And I'm going to be putting more videos out like this, to kind of help people with their offensive side of the ball. Again, appreciate y'all watching, and make sure y'all subscribe, okay? And turn your notifications on, because you don't want to miss when I go live.